Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I'm Jill and I like to make videos about virtual pets, video games, and occasionally I vlog. Today's video is really special to me because I am, as of July, the very end of July of this year, celebrating 1 year on YouTube. And as of September, I'm celebrating 500 of you joining me for this adventure. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm so glad you're here with me. And to thank you all, I wanted to share with you my virtual pet collection. I've been collecting virtual pets since I was about 12 or 13 years old. I have a pretty decent collection. There is a good chunk of time though where I wasn't collecting and didn't even know virtual pets were still a thing. So here they are. This is my current collection of virtual pets. As you can see here, there are a lot of Tamagotchis. Tamagotchi was my very first virtual pet, and it is still my favorite of all of them. Though here in this current collection, I do have a couple of nano pets, and I have started recently a Digimon. I have been actively collecting for the last couple of years, I think since the beginning of 2018. I thought I would quickly go through each and every device here that I have to show you today. But before we do that, I'm curious what your collection looks like. What do you have in your collection? Are there any devices that are your favorite? Please put in the comments below what's in your collection and what are your favorite devices to use today. I'm not able to share with you my very first Tamagotchi as it's been missing for probably about 20 years now. But we did find this one recently, about a year ago, in one of the drawers. I almost don't remember it, but it is an original Tamagotchi. I think it's the original P1 Tamagotchi. I'm not sure. The screws are really bad on it and I'm not actually able to open and try playing with it, which sucks because I think it'd be really fun to play an actual device that is from the 90s. As a kid growing up, I had a P1 and P2 device. I loved having the ability to evolve all the different characters. I don't have either of those anymore, but the other thing I did love when I was 13 was my nano puppy. And that eventually led to getting both the nano kitty and the nano baby. I don't know if any of you played any nano pets. They never came back. Giga Pets came back, Tamagotchi came back. Nano pets are nowhere to be found, which is kind of sad. I really liked these. I loved the puppy the best, but the kitty was fun. The baby was weird. That's just weird. I have played it more recently and it's just really strange. After middle school, I didn't realize Tamagotchis continued to be made through the 2000s with the Tamagotchi connection. I did purchase myself a Tamagotchi connection about a year ago, maybe a little over a year when the pandemic started. I thought it might be fun to try out a Tamagotchi connection because I never had one growing up. And I really do love this device. A lot more expensive on eBay than they were a year and a half ago though. So if you're looking to add some Tamagotchi connections to your collection, you might want to wait for the prices to go down. I keep forgetting to talk about this one because I don't know how I feel about this one. It is the Tamagotchi Friends from, what was it, 2013 or 2014, I think. A big device kind of similar to our Meets and On and Pix now. I purchased this as an impulse buy from Amazon, I think in 2018 when I started getting back into my collection. I saw this on there and I was surprised because it was so old and I got it for maybe $40. It wasn't that expensive, but I do not like it. The screen is hard to read. It eats batteries. To me, it's just not a great device. I think I see what they were trying to do with it, but I just didn't really like it. It's mostly been sitting in a drawer since I bought it, but it is part of my collection here. And if you were ever looking to know more about the Tamagotchi Friends, this isn't the channel because I just don't like it. So what really started my adult collecting and my journey with you all on YouTube is the Tamagotchi Mini. that was released for the 20th anniversary of Tamagotchi. I don't know if I read about it on the internet, but I got it in the store and I played with this like crazy at work, wherever I was. I didn't care what people thought of me. Actually, I used it so much that the paint is rubbing off on it, which I don't know, kind of sucks for, you know, my collection, but I really love this device. And this is what really kicked off my new collection that I started back in 2018 with this device. It's so small. I can't get over how tiny it is. But I loved having a little Tamagotchi in my pocket, even though I'm, you know, in my 30s, running around being a professional woman. Since the mini Tamagotchi devices were so popular in America, Bandai decided to release the original Tamagotchi P1 and P2 in some of the original shells and even some new ones. And that's where my collection really started to take off. So I got a couple of these. I don't think I made a video about this one, but this device went with me all the way to Europe. I was able to get myself the secret character, the little alien guy. Very cute. I also have the blue shell. This is a P1. And last year I got this lime green, which I made a video about. You may have seen it. I went to Europe in the spring of 2019. I believe that's when I started to learn about the Tamagotchi meats. I was reading obsessively about this pastel meats device, and I really, really wanted one for myself, but I wasn't quite ready to buy a device in Japanese and pay the extra money to ship it from Japan. So I was super thrilled when a couple months later, they announced the Tamagotchi On. My first Tamagotchi On, I got in blue. I pre-ordered this from Amazon. I was super excited for this. It was really nice to have a color Tamagotchi, the first color Tamagotchi in the United States. And speaking of my trip to England, while I was there, I did search for Tamagotchis. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to find anything in some of the markets there. And I ended up with this guy. It is a Japanese mini Tamagotchi in an original shell color, which I just love. And I like to keep it in its package and keep it as a collector item and not actually play with it. Then in between all of the re-release of the P1 and the release of the new color screen Tamagotchi On, we did get a number of Tamagotchi Nano devices. I started out by buying this guy, the Tamagotchi Easter, which was only released in Disney in Japan, but they were selling it on the internet and I purchased it. It's a silly little chick character with different costumes. I believe it was the same year I got the Eevee device. I was gonna hold out for this one to come out in the United States and it never did, so I'm glad I got it because it is super expensive now if you're trying to find it, and ultra rare. Along with the Tamagotchi Nano devices that were coming out was the Gudetama Tamagotchi, which I just absolutely fell in love with. This little lazy egg character. It's silly. He just, you know, he's just lazy and he has only like 2 evolutions, but I think he's really fun to play with, really easy. A good device to have around if you are a busy adult with a career, because it doesn't take a ton of time to take care of. After the release of the original Tamagotchi On, my friend went to Japan and got me this Sweets Meats, which I am in love with. I played a lot. I love that it came all the way from Japan. My friend Kate is amazing. After I got the Tamagotchi Meets, the Sanrio characters, my lovely boyfriend got me another Tamagotchi On. This is the Amazon exclusive version. And then after that, the pandemic hit. And I started going just completely crazy with Tamagotchi. We had the Tamagotchi Pac-Man come out. And you play games with it. It's really cool. If you grew up in the 80s or early 90s and you played Pac-Man in the arcade, it's kind of like very nostalgic. A couple months after the pandemic hit, I decided to treat myself, so I purchased a Tamagotchi Meets, the pastel version. I wasn't spending any money in the pandemic, so I thought it might be a good time to treat myself to a new device. And then towards the end of 2020, it was my birthday, and they announced this guy, the Red Sweets Meats, which I wasn't ever expecting them to make another Tamagotchi Meats, but they did with this beautiful strawberry red shell. For Christmas last year, I did get a Digimon. This is my first one. I have been asking for a Digimon for about 3 or 4 years, and I finally got one. Also around Christmas time, the Hello Kitty Tamagotchi, which I have purchased 2 of. I am a huge fan of the Hello Kitty Tamagotchi. I find this really easy to raise with my busy lifestyle. It doesn't require a lot of care, and it doesn't die super easily. First one that was released earlier this year in Korea is the Jordy Tamagotchi. I am a pretty big fan of this one. I think it's really fun. Like, Jordy is a little, I don't know, I think he's a little dinosaur character. He gets a job once you train with him. The game really only lasts a couple of days. The fastest game you can get in a Tamagotchi. And then this summer was the release of the Tamagotchi Pix, which I think a number of you have subscribed to this channel for more information on the Tamagotchi Pix. I am a huge fan of this device. I love what Bandai has done with it. I love that they have taken the original feel of the Tamagotchi of raising a single character through its lifespan and adding things to it, like the jobs like you had in the Tamagotchi Connection, and just making it a complete, what am I trying to say? A complete like story with your Tamagotchi. You take pictures with it, you feel like you have a real connection with this Tamagotchi. And I feel like they've really captured that feeling that I had as a child. It is a favorite. And I think they really nailed what they were trying to do with this. We have the last device in my collection this year. You may or may have not seen this. This is the Tamagotchi Smart. It actually is a smartwatch that you can wear on your wrist if you have literally the world's tiniest wrist. And it is a full color screen, touchscreen Tamagotchi device. I have not nearly spent enough time with this. I'm gonna need to spend a little bit more time with this. Hopefully have some more videos for you in the future of my adventures with the Tamagotchi Smart. Okay, now that you've seen my entire current collection, here's a little preview at what I'm adding to my collection in the future. I have purchased a number of items this year that I have not had time to open and unbox and film to show all of you, but here they are. I have a Tamagotchi Sweets Meats in yellow. I have a Demon Slayer Tamagotchi. I have a version of the Twisted Wonderland Tamagotchi. I am very excited to open this one because I haven't seen a ton of information or videos about this yet. I have a couple Giga Pets. I've never been a huge fan of Giga Pets. I did get these 2 to open and try out to see what the re-release of the Giga Pets is really like. We have the unicorn and the troll. And last but not least, we have the Digimon Vital Bracelet. Also, with the Vital Bracelet, I do have some add-ons. Okay, well that's gonna be it for today. That is my entire virtual pet collection. I am super interested to know which device are you super excited about in my collection. Are there any that you have that you enjoy using? Are there any that you'd like to learn more about? Please leave me some comments below. Tell me what you thought of this video. I'm hoping you really enjoyed hanging out with me today and checking out my entire virtual pet collection. I am very proud of this collection. Okay, well, I'll see you again soon. Bye!